The captions say, 5 ways you can support your fat friends. 1. Call ahead to restaurants to make sure they have fat-friendly seating. I call restaurants to either make a reservation, find out their dress code, or the hours that they're open. I'm not going to call a restaurant and ask if they have fat-friendly seating. That might be my friend and all, but it's not my responsibility to find out if my friend can fit in the seating or not. When I was obese, I didn't call or expected anyone to call any establishment and ask if they accommodate obese people on my behalf. Maybe your fat friend should be the one arranging these types of things, since she already knows where she's most comfortable. Number 2, communicate about stairs, parking, and walking at a venue. It's concerning that you have to choose places that don't involve too much physical work to get to. This excludes a lot of places to go, unless you sit in your car the whole time. If your friend is that big to not be able to go up a flight of stairs or can only walk short distances, that's a problem. As a thin friend, you shouldn't just sit back and watch your fat friend destroy their health. A little bit of movement is good for everyone. Number 3, call ahead to ask about weight limits of equipment. Where are you going to have to ask about weight limits? What is this equipment you're speaking of? Are you going to the gym or something? Number 4, make sure your home has fat-friendly seating. Okay, now you're crossing the line. You're telling me that I have to have special seating just for you? So I'm supposed to store your seating in my house somewhere when I barely have room as is to have a special spot waiting just for you? Are you out your mind? Number 5, keep your negative body talk and diet plans to yourself. So you're supposed to be my friend, and I can't talk to you about my health, but I'm supposed to watch you slowly unalive yourself? How's that fair? I can't believe that this is what you're expecting your thin friends to do for you as a fat person. Stop acting like you're entitled. And you shouldn't even have thin friends if they always have to bend to your will. Maybe you should surround yourself with fat people then. Chances are they'll already have everything that you demand for your comfortability.
I don't know who needs to hear this today, but your health is not a moral obligation. You're not a bad person if you don't meet another person's standards of health. And your value as a person is not dependent on if you are healthy.
Your health is a moral obligation. You have a moral obligation to not harm yourself or others. And you being obese counts as harming yourself. If you have people in your life that you love and depend on you, you have a moral obligation to make sure you're there for them. That's very selfish of you to say that your health shouldn't be an obligation.
You're not a bad person if you don't meet another person's standards of health.
Come on now, you know you're not a bad person if you don't meet another person's standard of health. Just because you're obese doesn't mean you're a bad person. Being obese is a byproduct of not understanding how to deal with your emotions, consuming too much junk food and sugars, not having a wellness plan in place, and ignoring the signs of being unhealthy. I'm sure there's way more, but I'm going to stick to those for now. Now, when I say not understanding how to deal with emotions, I'm not talking about just depression and anxiety. It does include happiness and feeling content. And many people overeat for all emotions, good and bad. I don't know about you, but I was never taught how to control my emotions, and I'm still trying to figure that out to this day. I didn't get obese by eating chicken and broccoli every day. I got obese by eating junk food, processed carbs, and sugar as my main meals. And I have a feeling that these people in the fat acceptance movement are doing the same thing. It's hard giving up on junk carbs. It helps with emotions, it helps with the empty void you're trying to fill, but unfortunately, you'll never get rid of the emotions and emptiness this way. It's a band-aid that keeps getting wet, and you always need a new one. The cycle never ends this way. Not having a wellness plan in place is another mistake. Like they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You can tell people all day that you eat broccoli and you drink tons of water, but you're just winging it. How do you expect to be your best self, your healthier self, without goals and a plan?
And your value as a person is not dependent on if you are healthy.
Ignoring the signs of being unhealthy is such a big mistake. Just because your labs came back great doesn't mean you're healthy. There are things that's going on in the background that you're not realizing your body is doing, or you do feel the physical effects of being obese, but you just try to justify the pain by convincing yourself that all this is natural when it's really not. You have to care enough to want to be your best healthy self for you and the ones that depend on you. and continuing to stuff crazy amounts of junk food down your throat isn't the way to go about it. Knowing all this, what you need to do to get healthy, can make someone very overwhelmed. And it's too much to do. I get it. You're right. I understand. It is a lot to do when you've been doing nothing for your health up to this point. That's why you need support. When you're trying to establish better habits and trying to change yourself to become better, I feel that it's impossible to do it on your own. Finding help could make it a tad bit easier. This is the hard work you need to put in. This is the work that people don't want to continue doing and decide to join fat acceptance. And your value as a person is not dependent on if you're healthy or not. As a human being, you are valuable. But don't purposely keep yourself unhealthy if you have the option to change it.
So I'm eating my lunch and I just started thinking, if you looked at me and I was eating a salad, you would think like, oh, she wants to lose weight. She wants to be skinny. Hot girl summer. If a skinny girl stood here eating a salad, you would think, oh, she's healthy. She probably works out a lot. Yeah, wow. Now, if I started eating a cheeseburger, you would immediately think, oh, she does not care about what she looks like. She should care. She definitely should care. Wow, that's so unhealthy. If a skinny girl stood here eating a cheeseburger, you would think, oh, that's so quirky. Aw, cute. I just turned into Myra Rose. Anyways.
If I was looking at you eating a salad, I wouldn't be thinking, oh, she wants to lose weight. I'd see you eating a salad and I'd keep it moving. No thoughts about you. If I notice a skinny girl eating a salad, I would not be thinking, oh, she's healthy. She probably works out a lot. I'd do the same exact thing I did to you. If I saw you in my peripheral vision and you're eating a cheeseburger, I wouldn't be thinking, oh, she must not care about what she looks like. She should care. Nope, not me. I really don't care what you stuff down your throat. And if I happen to see a skinny girl eating a cheeseburger, I wouldn't be thinking, oh, that's so quirky. That's you thinking that. I don't even use the word quirky, but I'll keep it real. If I saw someone eating a juicy cheeseburger or a salad that looks just too good, I'm gonna want one too. If anything, you're helping me figure out what I'm gonna eat. But seriously, I don't know anyone that says these things about someone eating, unless they're watching a mukbang or something. Are you that focused on what a skinny person is eating that you have to sit there and daydream about how they stay thin? You don't know what people are thinking. You're so insecure that you have to make up these imaginary thoughts about what you think we're thinking about while you're eating. I don't care about what a skinny person or fat person eats. That's on you. That's your business. I care about what I'm about to eat. What do you guys think?